Hey everyone, how's it going? IntoWeapons back again with you. Got a really cool VR headset to share with you guys today. Thought I would just do a quick unboxing and overall kind of a demonstration of what this is and what it's used for. But I'm sure many of you are familiar with these new 3D virtual reality headsets that are on the market that you can use with your smartphone. I've done a couple reviews in the past on these guys. Nothing as fancy as this one. This one comes from Luphie. Came in a nice white cardboard box, as you can see here. Got it from Amazon.com. They came with some instructions on how to use it, how to adjust it, the best way of using it, that kind of thing. It does have a QR code that you can scan on here, which I believe a lot of these VR headsets, what you're supposed to do is, with at least the Google Cardboard app, is be able to scan that, and then the app will pair it up and do some additional customizations for the settings. The particular QR code that was provided by Luphie here in the instructions was not recognized by the Google app, so that's something that I wasn't able to use or have specific custom settings set up through the Cardboard app. Doesn't really make a difference though. It's actually the same thing that happened with the previous VR headsets that I had purchased and reviewed. You can actually use the VR headsets either way without having that paired up with your Google app, so not a big deal there. Also came with a cleaning cloth for the lenses inside the headset, and as you can see, just a plain white box with some styrofoam in there to keep it nice and safe. So I thought I'd share this, guys, with you just in case some of you are interested in trying out the 3D virtual reality experience. A few of you remember, again, like I said, I had done a review on two previous VR headsets and was fairly impressed with the virtual reality technology for being so new to the market. It's been a year or so since the last review, and although the content and cross-platform ability for VR headsets, especially these generic ones, has been slow to come, there has been a lot of improvements made on the actual VR headset's design. And this particular unit really does a good job of highlighting the different types of improvements that they've made. So we'll go over those real quick and just kind of show you what this particular headset offers. The main feature which makes this headset stand out the most is the integrated soundproofing stereo headphones, which you can see here on the sides, with a 5-inch coiled cord that attaches to your phone. And that coiled cord is kind of tucked into the side of the front of the unit here, and has a little housing there that kind of keeps it all in place and everything. But you plug that into your 3.5mm headphone jack. The arms for the stereo headphone, which have built-in extensions, provide an additional 1 inch of length for adjustability there, which is really nice. To have sound delivered comfortably to the ears drastically improves the virtual reality experience, in my opinion. My previous headsets did not have any type of headphones or stereo equipment, so essentially you're relying on either external Bluetooth type headphones or the actual sound coming from the phone, which is into the front of the unit here, so not very usable in that situation. Definitely doesn't give you the overall 3D experience that these things are really intending to do. They did a great job of hiding that headphone jack and cable into the front of the glasses, which makes it for easy connection and no interface with the VR glasses and phone when using. So that's really nice to see. It's not clunky or in the way of anything like that. The sound is excellent on these stereo headphones, and the cushioning around the ears is very comfortable. It's actually, like I said, it's a soundproofing is what they advertise it as, and I believe it because it kind of wraps around and fits over the entire cushion of the ear, so you don't have any type of external noise trying to sneak its way through while you're listening to these guys. So a really good design, works well, and very comfortable. Another nice feature is the supporting strap along the top of the head that you see here for reducing the weight burden on the bridge of your nose. That, along with the good placement and quality of face padding, it helps with the extended times of use without discomfort. The head strap adjusts using Velcro straps and can fit any size user, which is really nice as well. So you're easy enough to Velcro off, adjust, and put that onto a different user. And with a VR headset like this, you'll end up finding if you got your friends over that they're going to want to pass this thing around and try it out. So each individual person is going to have a different size head, different size fitting, and this thing allows easy, quick adjustments for those people. But having that the top headset strap here is really nice. My previous ones did not have that, and I did have a lot of additional weight kind of resting on the bridge of my nose, which made it pretty uncomfortable to have the VR headset on, even after maybe 15 or 20 minutes of use. So this thing really helps. I used it for about 45 minutes, watched a good portion of a movie, and didn't have any discomfort at all. The only reason I stopped was because I had other things I had to get done. So this thing does help out tremendously, and the top headset here strap is something that is definitely a standout feature on this particular unit. The phone screen touching button, which is built into the bottom of the unit, is pretty handy. My previous headsets relied on a magnetic button on the sides that you slid up and down, as well as an external Bluetooth controller if you weren't able to use that, or you had to remove the phone each time the screen needed to be touched, which was kind of a bummer. So this one uses that button, which positively interacts with the phone screen, and I'll show you that here. Hopefully you guys can make this out on the camera. Make sure I get a good angle on there, but hopefully you can see down in there, right in the middle there, there's a little kind of lever that kind of comes out, and as you push the button on the bottom, that little lever extends and pushes the phone screen, so you're able to have positive interaction with the phone without needing to remove it or rely on an external or electronic type of remote for it. So that's really nice. Although primitive and a little tedious for using on extended times on VR games, it's a great way for first-time users to have a no-hassle way to control the VR apps. Along with this screen button, it also includes a scroll-style button for volume right on the bottom here as well, that you're able to kind of scroll to the left to volume down, scroll to the right to volume up. You're also able to hold it, which will allow you to video scroll through the time slots of any type of movie or video that you're watching. So if you're holding it, you can fast forward, you can rewind it, that kind of thing. So that's a really nice feature as well. Again, not relying so much on the Bluetooth or external type of remote control to be able to control your phone while it's in these VR headsets. It's again a no-hassle way of trying to be able to do that, which is really nice. So that's definitely a standout feature as well, because that was a real big pain, and that's something that I never really enjoyed doing with my previous headsets, was needing to constantly manipulate the phone screen or rely on a Bluetooth controller, which had a lot of failures electronically to be able to connect and use it in a user-friendly way. This VR headset will hold a 4.7 to 6.2 inch smartphone of any make and provides a nice 120-degree field of view while you got the phone in there. Most phones will need to be removed from any protective case before it will fit properly. So you can see here I got a Galaxy J36, which is kind of an S4 knockoff, I guess, from Samsung, just an upgraded version. The only real requirement is access to the App Store to be able to get those VR apps, and some time finding the VR apps that look interesting and have decent ratings. The way it fits into the VR headset is a simple adjusting bracket system, which I'll kind of show you here as well on the bottom. You can see that we have two brackets and they individually move apart from each other, but you can slide them back and forth and individually make that larger or smaller for your particular phone. Your phone then would just kind of slide in here like that, and making sure you got the right fittings on those brackets, and then you can see we have a retaining clip that's kind of built into the front visor there, and you just close that up, and now your phone is in there and ready to be used. You can notice it also has the front tinted see-through type of system, so you are able to use that front-facing camera, which is really nice with some of those augmented reality apps that they have that come out for these types of headset units, which is really cool. Other units that I've seen or reviewed in the past, it relied on suction cups that were on here that you suction cupped your phone to, or spring-loaded clips that you could put it into and it would kind of hold it. Neither of those worked really well. I mean, the clips did, I guess, to a point, but to be able, again, to remove the phone and manipulate it if you needed to, it was just very difficult and tedious. This one just rests in there, pops in, pops out, very easy to do. The front of the VR glasses, where the phone screen rests, has an easily identifiable vertical and horizontal. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to make that out here on the bottom, kind of dark in there, but little indicators there that will essentially allow these the phone to rest in there in a proper fashion, or in a way that it'll actually line up with the VR apps and such, that you won't have any type of discomfort with the eye focal points, that kind of thing. This is a nice scratch-resistant material that they have the indicators cut out of, so that's kind of nice. It protects your phone screen while it's resting in there. That's nice to see. Although very little light gets through to the viewing area, the top button release, as you can see here, we got a little button that releases this flip-down front cover, does let a little bit of natural exterior light into the edges of the field of view when you're using the VR headset, which to me, though, eases the burden on the eyes quite a bit compared to completely darkened headsets. It seems to give it just more of an easier ability for the eye to adjust, as well as reduce the eye fatigue when using the headset in this fashion. So that's kind of nice. The remaining features seem pretty standard on today's popular headsets, including the knobs on the sides like this one and this one, which are ambidextrous adjustments for viewing distance. So as you can see, as I twist this one out, it'll actually pull it out, and when I twist it back in, it'll twist that in. Again, that allows for each individual user to adjust that distance of viewing, and that will allow the focal point to be a little bit easier to see for different people. It also has a single scroll adjustment button on the top of the headset here, which allows the pupil distance to be adjusted, and I got my strap wrapped around here, but if you guys can see that you have the two viewing lenses in here, what you can do is if you need to adjust your pupil distance, if you have wider eyes or narrower eyes, you can go ahead and adjust that with one swipe of your finger. It's not needing individual adjustments, which is really nice. And you can see that it also came with these protective covers on the lenses here, which I didn't realize before and haven't removed yet. So there we go. But really nice lenses. They're supposed to be polished very well. I actually thought they were one of the better lenses that I've used in previous VR headsets. Very clear, large enough to allow you to see a very good field of view without any kind of obstruction. So in that sense, the case here, the VR headset that we have, the lenses are excellent, they're comfortable, and they work really well. If you're looking to try the VR experience, this will be a pretty good starting point for any first-time buyer. It will be comfortable, provide easy interaction with the phone, as well as great sound for movie or game playing experiences. I found some pretty cool fighter plane and spaceship games which are fairly entertaining. The tours, Google Street View, and other custom VR experiences are usually short, but an amusing way of having a glimpse of how all media will eventually be delivered to us in the near future. Other apps can help you design a room in your house with a full walk-around 360-degree view, stream Netflix and other media sites from your PC to your phone in VR mode, and discover real places in and out of this world which would be impossible to visit even in reality. For the price, it was a significant upgrade from my previous headsets, and I definitely look forward to trying a new VR app or watching a 3D megascreen movie that I found on YouTube prior to than before. The super budget headsets that do have their place on the market, but I can see why most find the VR experience uncomfortable and difficult to do with lesser headsets than this. At the time of this video, it looked like they still had the headset available on Amazon, and I'll put the link to the below in the description if you want to check that out. So, like I said, a really good starting point for any budget virtual reality headset if you guys haven't tried it out before or are interested in trying it without spending a ton of money. I look forward to what the VR technology advancements bring us in upcoming years, as it looks like many manufacturers have taken notice of consumer interest. When more content becomes available, as more people have access to 360-degree cameras, we're going to see some very impressive, educational, and inspiring experience for users. I hope it helps someone out, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. Until next time, I appreciate you watching, guys, and take it easy.